These kids have great opportunities that Chelsea and I have been able to bring them into, and that is to climb all over. We've brought them all over the U.S. We've brought them to Miami. We've taken them to Portland, Oregon. We've taken them to Colorado, to Utah, Wyoming.
Well, anybody could rock climb. It doesn't matter if you're 3 feet or 7 feet. It doesn't matter if you're the skinniest person in the world or not. Anybody can rock climb. But to be a competitor or to be serious about it, it takes a lot of dedication.
This is a technique, finesse, endurance sport that women usually get into a lot easier than males, just because psychologically their whole lives they've been putting their balance over their feet, and men try and poke out their chest and they use their upper body. And they may be able to get through a couple difficult climbs at first, but then they're exhausted. Whereas females, they can just go all day.
A lot of times they're doing dynos, and I have to choose a completely different way to do. Like, I have to get my feet as high as my shoulders or something really crazy just to do some moves. But sometimes I can get dynos that they're not capable of getting as easily because I can get my foot really high. And so sometimes height doesn't really matter that much for climbing.
With climbing, and I'm sure with any other sport, you have your really good days and your really bad days. In climbing, you have to be confident that you know that you can do these certain moves to get to the top. If you have, somehow it just works out that if you have any doubt in your mind about reaching the top, you're not going to make it. You can go online to Atlanta Rocks. You can Google climbing gyms in Atlanta. There's, I think, 5. You can go to this website called southeastclimberscoalition.com, and that'll tell you about all the different outdoor areas in the Southeast to climb.
One of the most significant things that we've learned from our time here with the kids is about people like Chelsea, who herself started out as a young climber with Atlanta Rocks and has gone on to be a champion climber, but thought enough to come back to give back to these kids and teach them about not only being a champion, but about life in general.
She's really taken coaching to her heart, and I'm just really happy for these kids that they've found something that they really enjoy. Because I know, from my experience, that it'll be, it's going to give them an edge in life.
I feel very privileged. These kids show me nothing but respect and friendship, and I couldn't ask any more of them.
It's just all about the kids. She knows every kid very personally. You sit down and talk to her about them. In fact, I was talking to her about them today. She knows everything about them.
Those kids come here, and it's not just a team. It's not just being coached and coming here to become a good climber. It's, they all work together. They all have the, I can't, but we can attitude. They can do it together, but they may not be able to do it on their own. But they know, like, together, if they keep working together, they'll make it.
They're getting the same thing that I'm getting out of this, which is a passion and a purpose. These kids are coming in and they are bonding with one another. These kids are so tightly knitted. They love each other, and just like I spend time with them individually, they spend time with each other as well. It's a sport totally different from many others. There isn't the same type of competitiveness with each other. There's not that rage that a lot of other sports create.
Just kind of getting to know like a group of kids really well and just growing with them and teaching them all about the sport, I think it's really awesome. Well, I'm going to college next year, and I'm definitely going to miss everyone on the team a lot, and I'll have to come back and climb with them.
I love outdoor climbing, but then it's cold, like now. And I love indoor climbing, but then look at this nature. It's so fun. I can't choose. No. Since I've never been to an outdoor competition, I guess indoor. I think. Maybe. Probably.
I hope they have fun. That's it. I want them to just enjoy each other's company, laugh, be kids. and just have fun. I mean, we take kids from 10 to 18 years old, and some of these older kids, they get to be out and having fun, and they're not going to these parties that involve drugs and alcohol, and they're learning to have fun without those things because they don't need them. And I think that's great. And they've expressed that. They tell us that, wow, I mean, I think it's so crazy when I go back to school and my peers, they think it's so important to have these other things. And they've realized, they've been able to accomplish something and realize that it's not necessarily, and they can still enjoy life. There's not the contact. This is something where we are all driven towards the same direction, and we want to help each other get there.
Thank you for joining us this week on Red Clay Net. If you have a story idea, or if you just want to be part of the network, please contact us at redclay@sportsfanalystclub.com. Until next time. I'm Jay Andre. Despite my fear of rock heights,
I love pigs. And I got a pig for Christmas 2 years ago, but it had to go to a farm because it was illegal to own in Decatur, and my dogs didn't like it.
Below it. Just put your hands up.
uh-oh.
Ray, that's not what you want to do. You don't want to do that with us.